everyone, and welcome to English Passage Podcast, where we improve English through meaningful conversations. And today, I'm especially excited because I'm joined by my co-host, Arav, who always brings such relatable stories and real-life expressions into our conversations.
Thank you so much, Mira. That was such a kind introduction. I always enjoy these conversations because they feel real, not like a classroom.
Exactly. And that's what our listeners need. Real English for real life. Have you ever been in a situation where someone asked you, "How was your holiday?"
And you froze and said, "It was good."
That is so true. It happens to almost everyone.
So today, we're going to change that. We're going to help you speak longer, more naturally, and more confidently about your holidays.
So Arav, let's start with your story. I can tell something interesting happened recently.
Yes, something really special actually. I recently came back from a holiday, and even now, I feel relaxed just thinking about it.
That already sounds like a great experience. Where did you go, and why did you choose that place?
I went to Goa with two of my closest friends. We chose Goa because we wanted a mix of relaxation and fun.
That's interesting. When you say relaxation and fun, what exactly do you mean?
I mean, we wanted peaceful mornings, but also exciting evenings. And Goa was perfect for that.
That sounds like a well-planned trip. So tell me step by step, what happened when you arrived?
When we arrived, the weather was warm and there was a light breeze. First, we checked into our hotel.
Wait, what kind of hotel was it?
Good question. It was a small beachside hotel, not very luxurious, but very comfortable.
That actually sounds better than a luxury hotel.
Yes, because it felt more personal and relaxing.
And after checking in?
We dropped our bags and immediately went to the beach.
Immediately?
Yes, we couldn't wait.
I love that energy. What did you feel when you saw the beach?
Honestly, I felt calm. The sound of waves, the open sky, it made me forget everything else.
That's beautiful. Tell me about your daily routine there, because I feel like the small details are what really make a holiday special and memorable.
Okay, get ready, because honestly, our routine was very different from our usual busy life, and that's what made it so enjoyable. We didn't follow any strict schedule at all. Instead, we allowed ourselves to wake up naturally, without alarms. And that simple change made us feel much more relaxed from the very beginning of the day.
That already sounds like a perfect holiday, because not waking up to an alarm is something many people dream about.
It truly felt peaceful. And after waking up slowly, we would sit together, take our time, and enjoy breakfast without rushing, which made the whole experience feel calm and meaningful.
That sounds lovely. But I'm wondering, did you usually sit indoors, or did you prefer being outside while having breakfast?
We always chose to sit outdoors whenever possible, because the fresh air, the natural light, and the overall environment made even a simple meal feel special and refreshing.
That makes complete sense, because the environment really changes how we experience simple moments.
After breakfast, instead of following a strict plan, we would either head toward the beach or simply walk around and explore nearby areas, which allowed us to discover unexpected places and enjoy the journey more.
That sounds very free and relaxed. But were those activities planned in advance, or did you decide everything in the moment?
Most of our activities were completely spontaneous, and I think that freedom made the trip feel more exciting, natural, and full of small surprises.
Now let's talk more deeply about food, because I feel like food experiences often become the most memorable part of any holiday, and I'm sure you have a great story to share.
Oh, I definitely do. Because one particular evening turned into an unforgettable experience for us. One evening, while we were walking near the beach and looking for a place to eat, we came across a small restaurant that didn't look very fancy from the outside, but it was full of people, which immediately caught our attention.
That's usually a very good sign, because when a place is full, it often means the food is worth trying.
Exactly. And that's why we decided to give it a chance, even though we didn't know much about it.
And what happened after that?
The moment we started eating, we realized that it was one of the best food experiences we had ever had, because the flavors were rich, fresh, and completely different from what we usually eat at home.
That sounds incredible, especially when you discover something unexpectedly good like that.
Yes, and what made it even better was the atmosphere. The sound of the waves, the cool breeze, and the relaxed environment all added to the experience.
That's truly the beauty of traveling, where even a simple meal can become a special memory.
And in that moment, I realized something important. That travel is not just about visiting places, but about experiencing new things and creating memories.
That's a very meaningful realization, and I think many people can relate to that.
Hey Mira, you look so relaxed and refreshed today. Did you just come back from a trip, or are you just having a really good day?
Actually, I just returned from Manali, and I have to say, I had an amazing time there, much better than I expected.
That sounds wonderful. How long were you there, and what made the trip so enjoyable for you?
I stayed there for about a week, and during that time, I felt completely refreshed because every day was peaceful, and I didn't feel any stress at all.
That sounds like a perfect break. But what exactly made it special compared to your regular routine?
I think it was the combination of the mountains, the fresh air, and the calm environment, which made me feel like I was completely disconnected from my usual busy life.
That sounds really beautiful and relaxing.
And apart from that, I also explored small cafes, tried local food, and spent a lot of time taking photos, which made the trip even more enjoyable.
That sounds like a full experience. But did anything unexpected or surprising happen during your trip?
Yes, actually. One day while we were trekking, we got lost for a while, which was a little stressful at first, but later became a funny memory.
Really? That must have been quite an experience. What did you do in that situation?
We stayed calm, laughed about it, asked some locals for directions, and eventually found our way back safely.
That definitely sounds like a memorable moment that you'll never forget.
Yes, it turned out to be one of the highlights of the trip.
Good morning, Mira. Welcome back. I hope you had a pleasant vacation and were able to relax properly.
Good morning, thank you so much. Yes, it was a very relaxing and refreshing experience, and I feel much more energized now.
That's great to hear. Did you travel somewhere special, or did you spend your time at home?
I actually traveled to my hometown, where I spent quality time with my family, which I hadn't been able to do for a long time.
That sounds very meaningful, especially when you get time to reconnect with family.
Yes, it really helped me recharge both mentally and physically, and I feel ready to get back to work now.
That's exactly what a good vacation should do. Hi, are you traveling somewhere now, or are you coming back from a trip?
I just came back from a holiday, and it was a really enjoyable experience.
That sounds nice. Where did you go, and what did you do there?
I went to Jaipur, and I had a great time exploring the city, visiting historical places, and trying traditional food.
That sounds like a very rich experience. What did you enjoy the most during your trip?
I especially enjoyed visiting historical monuments and learning about the culture, as well as tasting different local dishes.
That sounds like a wonderful and fulfilling holiday experience.
So, before we end, let me ask you, how do you usually describe your holiday when someone asks you about it?
Try using some of the phrases we shared today and see how you can make your answer a little more detailed and interesting.
And if you'd like, share your holiday experience with us in the comments. We'd love to read it.
Remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need to express your thoughts clearly and naturally.
And don't forget to subscribe to English Passage Podcast for more English conversations.